Welcome to Tiger TV Live. We're about halfway through this first half. Actually, Tigers up 1-0. Again, as I put in the chat, there's a bit of conflicting schedules, we can say, involving the room in which we commentate. Resulting in us choosing to have no sound for the first. Well, it was about 20 minutes of this game, but we've got the room all to ourselves now. And luckily, the stream's been running the whole time, so you would have seen the goal that gave the Tigers the lead from Eli Ferris. The Tigers taking on the School Without Walls Penguins. And one of the biggest rivalries in DCIAA, and the Penguins are through here on goal, and it's Pear to put it wide. Number 19, the senior Ethan Pear. Second time he's been through on goal. Both times he's put it wide to the right. The first time, you saw earlier in the stream, he got through. It was a bit of a miscommunication at the back. Tried to round Beers, but Beers made it an odd angle for him, and he ended up putting it wide. Curiously, no scoreboard up today here at Horace William III Field. Not sure why, but I can tell you for sure, Tigers lead 1-0. And luckily, the scoreboard runs pretty much constantly in the sport of high school soccer, and I can tell you that we are a little past halfway through the first half. I said it'll be pretty hard to know for sure when this half will come to an end, nor the next. Tigers haven't really broken through the back line for the Penguins today, but when they did, they made the most of it. There's a ball that fell to Ferris, and he put it into the side of the goal to give the Tigers a 1-0 lead. Sand and Hall, they're going to recycle to the back. The call is reload from Coach Jean-Claude Congolo. Now the Tigers go forward with Josh Escobar trying to play it down the line, looking for Green. And he's going to get it to the middle, and Xavier Bell to get the Tigers a 2-0 lead. That's a hell of a play by the Tigers. Great team goal. That's a nice celebration by Xavier Bell. And did a nice job of recycling the possession, and then it's Escobar Aguilar who really advanced it, got it down the line, and it's a heck of an effort by Miles Green to get there, get around the fullback, and play it into the middle, setting up Xavier Bell perfectly. Put it past the keeper. Tigers lead 2-0. Last season in this fixture, Tigers came away with a 4-0 lead. They're maybe on track to match or perhaps beat that. The year before that, interestingly, a 0-0 draw is what they played too at RFK Fields in a game in which only 40 minutes were played. I believe maybe due to a transportation issue or something like that. Might have been weather. I don't know. Green was looking for Bell in behind, but the flag goes up. Sand taking it forward, gets stood up. Now the Penguins try to go down the left. And then behind, that was, I was looking for Lars Kearney. As Perry closes down Escobar, but he'll keep possession. Miller. Back the way of Jonah Beers. Advancing through the middle. That was nice by Pax's Sand. And Ferris is on the end of this. Ferris into the middle. Almost found Bell as the keeper tried to punch it away. Miller advances it for Ferris. And flag goes up for offside. Kano plays it forward and out. It's targeting Charlie Hall. Forced out. It's going to be another throw for the Penguins. Again down the line and again out for a Penguin throw. Johnson into the middle and there are Penguins there. Beers punched it away but not fully away. And now ended with, I think, maybe a foul against Pablo Marin Armigo or one of them. He was kind of impeding Beers. Not entirely sure, but Tigers ball. Miller. Out for a Tiger throw. Came off. It was Lucien Bell. That's who it was. Out for another Tigers throw. Miller will leave it for Green. Cholos down the line for Ferris, who is marginally offside. Fortunate way to end things for the Tigers. Heineman. Back the way of Beers. And the Tigers pretty composed at the back and happy to stay there, certainly for the time being. Xavier Bell pretty far out of position, under pressure, but he'll be able to win a foul of number 9 Calvin Day. Sand back to Escobar. Now, Escobar this time winning a foul. Escobar, by the way, now I think finding himself back in a center back position with Anastopoulos off the field. Though he wasn't quite in the back line there when he won the foul. As Ferris comes off the field, the goal scorer, along with Charlie Hall, and the Penguins themselves going to have some subs. Space for Green, down the left. Now whistle blows it the other way. I don't know why. I think talking to Xavier Bell got a little physical up front as Walls get things going. But it's taken away. Bell. Left for Jolos. Actually, wait, this is Jolos, by the way. I have now I'm realizing I've been calling someone the wrong guy this whole game. That's number 7 is Jaden Munoz Mejia. My bad. Thought I had all the names down by now. Guess not. So my bad to Jaden. My apologies. Kind of got ahead to it. Able to be claimed by the keeper, which is number 0, Jasper Kaplan. Falls to Kano. Marine Armigo trying to pressure him up front. Forcing Kano into a tackle. And now the Penguins got it back again. There's a miscue by Kai Handy Canagus. And the Tigers have it back. I think we're now down to a little under 10 to play. Once again, no scoreboard today for some reason. Not sure what the issue is, but can't tell you for sure that the Tigers lead 2-0. Goals from Eli Ferris and Xavier Bell. Miller. Beers now over to Liam Miller. Trying to advance down the left, but that's out of play. They're looking through a breakthrough out right, and they'll get something out of it with a free kick. With a foul ruled against Liam Miller. And looks like the man to take it will be the man who won the foul, Luca Farrand. Bell got it away from danger, but the Penguins have it back. Down to Jolos. Bell wants it, but Jolos going to keep as he cuts inside. And now, just taken away. Heineman. Back to Kano. And they'll get it back to the keeper in Beers. Good run by Heineman. And heck of an effort to try to get it back. But not ruled to be clean. Kearney who won the foul for Walls. Taken away by Paxton Sand, left in the middle for Munis Mejia. Now Jolos trying to get around. That was Charlie Companucci. Tigers have it back. Beyond Stanisic as Handy Kanagas making the tackle. Stanisic has it back, tried to put it in the middle. Out for a goal kick. Meanwhile, for the Tigers, substitution Kofi Spalasi-Ba onto the pitch, replacing Munoz Mejia. Tigers trying to get something up front again. Out from Bell. Penguin throw. So look at both these teams' records. The Tigers are 7-1 overall, 7 wins, and just a 1 loss to St. John's to start the year. Walls are 2-2-5, 2 wins, 2 draws, and 5 losses. Not the start of the year they would have wanted. Actually, realized I read that wrong. That's actually 2 wins, 2 losses, 5 draws. And they were all in a row until Friday when they lost to Sidwell 3-1. Walls had 5 draws in a row in the month of September to Banneker, Capital City, Public Charter, Bell, Coolidge, and Cardozo. But to even get the single point today, they need to dig deep. Down 2 goals they conceded pretty early. And things have cooled down a little. Escobar. Now Green making the run that he's been looking forward to trying to do, but it's called for offside, and that's quite a few that the Tigers have had so far today. Not normally that much of an issue for the Tigers in terms of being offside, but hurt them a couple times today, and I think have been caught a little off guard by it, but not really reflected in the scoreline. Paxton Sand Maybe held on to it a little too long, but okay, never mind. That's halftime. Was that what that whistle was for? And yeah, that will do it for the first half. Tigers up 2-0. Goals from Eli Ferris and Xavier Bell in fairly quick succession. Be back in 10. Welcome back to Tiger TV Live. Tigers lead by 2 over School Without Walls Penguins. So we're about to get the second half underway. Can the Penguins find a breakthrough? Didn't on that occasion. Tigers switching to the right. Escobar. Green cutting in. Got a good assist early in the game, but taken away. That's booted by Kaplan. That's a foul against number 7, Luca Farron. Yeah, all it takes quick. But get by Miller. Bell tried to keep it going, and now he's got it back. Bell unloads, and yeah, pretty easy for the keeper. Out by Nangstopoulos. Now into the middle, it was up to Green, and he got it away. Now Escobar as well, getting a touch away from danger. Oswald's one of their best chances today. Green, the last man back, able to get it out of harm's way, and now contested over there. It's going to be a Penguin throw. Kearney. Right at the edge of the box. And in traffic, it's out for a Penguin throw. Foul by Penguin in there. And I'll tell you what, these refs have been pretty strict today. Haven't really let anyone get away with anything. Though I guess the foul will go down as a throwing infraction, actually. Forward by Kano all the way to the opposite back line. Pear goes down. Advantage play, they keep it going. Pear is no match for Nagastopoulos. Tigers go again. Hall. Miller able to keep it going through the middle. Spalasi Ba. Ooh, Green might end up with it. He'll take it on. Took a deflection, and it's in the hands of Kaplan. And it's Spalasi Ba making the tackle, setting up possession by Miller. And I'll switch to the keeper, Beers. Nagastopoulos. And now looking for a way through. Miller. Bounce around unfavorably for the Tigers and for Miller. So that'll be a Penguin throw. But now for a Tiger throw. Bell deep into the corner. Now the Penguins going to try to get something going. Pair over there, keeping up that intense battle he's had with Anagnosopoulos today. Gets it down the line. Kano cuts it off. Ooh, man, went to the ground trying to get it back from him. That was Pablo Marino Amigo. Splashy Ba playing Miller on the left. Now Miller takes it on his right, took a bounce, and it's the ends of Kaplan. Good job by Green to win it back. Here's Paxton Sand. Back to the keeper with pressure coming. And his ball was met by the head of Hall, and now the Tigers going down the left with Sand, who's got some speed. Get it into Ferris in the middle. Ferris is still down as Walls, for now, put an end to the threat. Ferris is now up. Down the left. Connor racing to it. Calvin Day having to go from long range. Yeah. Splashy Ba. Charlie Hall. Trying to play in Miller. And he has got it. Here's Miller cutting in. Now Ferris. Scooped it forward for Green to potentially take on, but it's another offside. Again, not a problem the Tigers have had that much this season. But it's a problem they had in the first half, and that's the first time it's killed them here in the second. Good job by Miller there, though. Doing well to force his man off of it, and then had to come a long way back to even get the ball, but managed to do it. He set up that chance there. Now here's Green. Looking for Ferris on the way through, and flag is up again. It's a figurative flag, by the way. It's really just the ref raising his hand. But I think that offside was a little more clear-cut than some of the previous ones. Miller, down the line. Ferris unable to keep it in play. So the Tigers last year was a uncharacteristically poor season, at least as far as DCIAA play went. There's Ferris in the corner working against Sean Johnson, and he'll win a corner. But, yeah, their run of years without a regular season defeat ended at the hands of Coolidge, as that's played into the middle, met by the head of Bell, and kept out for a corner. Very good job by Xavier Bell in close range, and a good job to find him. But yeah, that occurred in the regular season. Then they ended up falling to Bell in the DCIAA semifinal. The first time they hadn't made the city championship at Dunbar in quite a while. But right now, they look to be the clear favorites to get their title back from 2023, as well as many times previous. And proved that last year was just unlucky fluke, perhaps. Back to Ferris. Into the middle. Schultz got a touch to it now. Miller swinging and missing. Back to Paul. Beers restarting things. Ends up with Miller. Looking for Bell. It's a little behind him. But he'll leave it for Miles Green. Took a deflection and ends up with Kaplan. Green came flying in, but didn't come up with the ball. And the Penguins unable to break the line. Tigers applying some very good pressure. And now Kofi Spalaziba able to win a foul. Powering through the middle, and Xavier Bell won't get on the end of it, but Tigers will get a throw. Threw for a goal kick. Ended up being Anagastopoulos. Took it on from close range, but at an odd angle. Just the goal kick, which the Penguins haven't had a lot of, interestingly. Tigers get it back. Sand. Who's Spalaziba? And the Tigers gonna, I think, recycle things here. Escobar. Back to Hall. Tigers go again. Beers. Bell is in the vicinity as, that's a back pass to the keeper, Sean Johnson. Yeah, that was Jasper Kaplan, the freshman who picked it up. And I think what we should be getting, which we see in the real sport of soccer, is a free kick inside the box, though it looks like this will only be slightly inside the box. Yeah, just about a yard inside the box. And be a close range free kick, which aren't easy. Probably don't practice taking free kicks inside the box for sure, but again, only about a yard inside. And the Tigers got some pretty good free kick takers. Miller and Hall standing over it. Miller Kept out, but it's back to Anagностopoulos, who puts it over the bar. From just yards out. Surely you had to put that in the back of the net. Yeah, fewer words to say about that, the better. I think we all know it. Escobar looking for runs. And Ferris in the vicinity. That's, I think, another one blown dead. Maybe for offside. I mean, they're really coming up here. And I think at this rate, you have to say, I don't think all of these offsides are really on the Tigers. I think these refs are just kind of calling a lot of 50-50s or close calls, pretty much all offside. Not to be overly critical, but yeah. Certain individual, I will not say his name, replied to my Instagram story about this game saying, Sean gonna whoop your whole team. As if he didn't just... Well, actually, I should say this. It isn't Sean Johnson's fault that the keeper picked up a back pass. But that wasn't a great moment for the Penguins there. Lucky, very lucky not to concede there. But here is Sean Johnson. Miller cut that one out. It's back to Beers. Cano. Escobar. Trying to play Hall in. He'll take it on. It's stopped by Kaplan. Great through ball by Escobar. And then Hall, I think, just has to do a little more to get to either side of the keeper. Ferris. And gets it through potentially to Spalasi ball. But yet another offside. So it's a foul on the Tigers, and the ref's taking some time. Right, here we go. About halfway through the second. 2-0 as it was at halftime. Anagностopoulos to Miller. Now Paxton Sand weaving through a whole bunch of Penguins, but ball out. Penguin throw. Quickly out for a goal kick, and a couple subs in for the Tigers. Jaden Munoz Mejia back on the pitch, as well as Marcus DeMamos and Elijah Redamosa. Tell you what, I'd like to see a good cameo here by Marcus. As here's Paxton Sand. Fans down the right, here's Marcus DeMamos. Closed down, but he'll keep it going. Booted away by Johnson. Beers having a leap to keep that one away from the byline. Tigers play out the back. Munoz Mejia. Forward to Sand. It's got runners. But now here's Ferris. Keep the side switched in the midfield. Miller. Chopped down by Pear. Free kick for the Tigers. Good ball by Munoz Mejia. Looked like it was going to fall to Redamosa, but now cleared. And back with Jackson Reed. Paxton Sand. Redamosa. Down the right, coming off the ref. Out for a Tiger throw. But a conservative play from the Tigers right now. But we'll end with a foul by Ethan Pear of the Penguins. But yeah, Tigers don't mind just keeping possession right now. They're up 2. Don't necessarily need a third, but it certainly would be nice. Out for a Tiger throw. Good tackle by Pear. And I'll say it again. There's no scoreboard up today for whatever reason. But we are definitely nearing the end of this one. As yet another offside by the Tigers. DeMamos. I'll be honest, kind of feels like we're just kind of stopping the game for no reason sometimes. I don't really know what the infraction was there. Checked on Pablo Marino Amigo for a second. But anyways, Tiger possession. And if the last few minutes are any indicator, they don't necessarily have to go all out attack mode, but they're pushing forward here.
DeMamos looking for Bell. But cut off, and now Johnson missed the clear, and Hall almost puts it in the back of the net. Saved. Tiger throw. But yeah, again, to the individual I will not name who replied saying that Sean was going to whip our whole team, don't know about that one. Here's a throw by DeMamos. Bell tried to set up Spalasi Ba, now it's cleared. Sand. Ferris. Back to Wade Miller. Down the left side. Falls for DeMamos. Simonis Mejia. Back the way of Anagostopoulos. The Tigers can get this ball moving really all around the field. Again, no scoreboard, but pretty sure we're about under 10 to play. Here's Spalasi Ba. Playing in Marcus DeMamos. Out for corner. Actually, never mind. I think that winds up coming off DeMamos. That's a goal kick. And good job by Luca Ferrand to ensure that. As Xavier Bell, the second goal scorer for the Tigers today, will be replaced by Luke Xolos. Xolos, the man who got the winner of a Coolidge last week, an away game on Fifth Street, which saw the Tigers keep their perfect record against DCIAA opponents as Anagostopoulos is fouled. As I've said already today, it's been a fierce battle between Ethan Pear and Alex Anagostopoulos. Got a little too physical there. And a lot of people on the Tiger side wanted a card. Wasn't given. Penguins called for another hold. That was Calvin Day. Miller. Down the line. Outside the boot. It's nearly on goal. So it'll be a goal kick. But that was, Xolos out left. Taking on the outside of his boot. And caused a bit of stress for the keeper, Kaplan. Time's certainly running out for the Penguins. Really have not threatened the Tigers' goal at all this half. Out by Lucien Bell for another Tiger throw. Well worked by Sand to get it out to open man on the wings. And the Tigers' attempt to go forward is unsuccessful. Redamosa dug deep to get the tackle, but not ruled to be clean. I have to say that's not really a ruling I agree with. I think these refs today should just let them play it a little more. Soccer, well, it's not football, but it's a physical sport. That one's through, and now out, headed for the corner, and hitting the flag, hitting the outside of the flag. It's a throw. Things were called for offside as here's the sub. Jonah Beers had a nice day between the sticks. He'll be replaced for the last couple minutes of this one by Nacho Echeverria. Played forward by Sand. Back to Ferris. Out for a Tiger throw. Let's see if the Tigers can try to find one more goal to put a cap in this game. Ferris. Echeverria. And the Tigers really have not had any trouble keeping possession today. That has absolutely been a strong point for them. Down the line by Munis Bahia, and Jolos, as expected, is offside. And yeah, mentioned a strong point. There's a weak point. Offsides, I think the Tigers probably have like a dozen, which is just insane, frankly. And some of the Tigers will want to figure out a little more going into their next couple games. Just a reminder, the Tigers 7-1. The one loss coming to St. John's first game of the year. They got a massive win over St. Albans pretty recently. This is one of two games this week. They will travel to Sidwell on Friday in a game that cannot confirm, but may feature on Tiger TV Live. So potentially you can stay tuned for that. Otherwise, very few home games remaining, and both of them probably won't be very good. They're taking on MacArthur and Ron Brown, two very new boys soccer programs. Between Sidwell and those back-to-back home games, the Tigers will travel to Roosevelt for what should be a pretty good away game in Petworth. And they'll end the season and end their DCI-AA season at Dunbar, so pretty easy DCI-AA clashes in the year. But then, to close out the year, as has ended things, I think every year, for these past couple of years, the Tigers will take on WIS, a team that they were able to beat last year, thanks to a winning goal from Luther Sand. He's now playing academy soccer in England. Of course, the brother of Paxton Sand out there. But year before that, WIS came away with the win. That game was on my birthday. Could have asked for better birthdays, frankly. Taking off from distance, forcing a save from Echeverria. And it's a good one. Again, Cholos is outside. Taken away by Sand. Cuts to the outside. Looking for a man in behind. Taken off Stanisic. Back to the keeper. Again, should be into the last couple minutes of this. Again, no scoreboard today. Not sure why. I think this is actually my first time covering a game here at Horace Farm, the third field, in which there's been no scoreboard whatsoever. Fun fact, in my freshman year, all the way back in 2022, they had us do the scoreboard, which resulted in a couple mishaps, which I always say. But yeah, no scoreboard. The first time I had to deal with a game without a scoreboard was only a couple weeks ago, or 2 Fridays ago, when Tigers football traveled to Phelps. That's way through to Xolos. No flag this time. Luke Xolos trying to put it past, and there it is, 3-0. There's the cherry on top. Luke Xolos found inside and managing to put it past the keeper. Very nice finish. The Tigers are up 3. As mentioned earlier, Walls had a streak of draws going into last week, 5 in a row. Fortunately for them, after today, they'll have a different kind of streak. 2 losses in a row. Lost to Sidwell 3-1 on Friday. Team that the Tigers will be taking on this Friday. And again, I hope to be there for the game on Friday. We'll have to see. I'm looking for the Mammoths down the right. Good tackle. It's going to be a throw. DeMammis. Fell only for a Penguin, but now back to Splashy Ba. Taking down, no foul. It's back to Sand. On the ground. Stanisic. Now to Mammoths. They'll send it all the way to the back with the keeper Echeverria. Up to Redamosa. And I think a bit of contact with the hand there will switch possession to the Penguins. Here's the free kick taken on by Calvin Day. Anastopoulos heads it away. And potential in this for counter, but good takeaway, but Stanisic interrupts that for the Penguins. End the game, but things really not slowing down whatsoever. That's a quickly taken free kick, met by Anastopoulos. Touched by Stanisic. Now the Tigers looking for something down the right potentially, but they'll give it back to the back line. Xolos cuts in, and Xolos takes it on right at the keeper. And that'll do it. Full time. Tigers win 3-0. And that's now quite a few years in a row, at least 3 that I can say for sure. Well, actually, no. Now realizing Tigers won 4-1 last year, not 4-0, as I said earlier. So, yeah, forget what I was about to say. But that is a clean sheet for the Tigers, combined between, well, mostly for Jonah Beers, but Chavarria got a save in there. And, yeah, goals scored by Eli Ferris, Xavier Bell, and Luke Jolos. Tigers win 3-0. They've got a exciting game at the end of the week, taking on Sidwell, one of the Northwest private schools that Tigers face quite often, and a team that is often at the Tigers level. So stay tuned for that, because I think we will be able to have that on Tiger TV Live. Depends, I think, probably on the field that it'll play on. As Sidwell, they've got the stadium they play football in has an actual elevation, and there's a stadium I think it's used largely for lacrosse that has no such thing. Last year, that game was played on the field that didn't have a vantage point, and for Tiger TV Live, we always like to have some sort of vantage point. We actually view the whole game. But I believe it was played on that field due to the weather. For it to play on turf over grass. But I have been told that the field that they primarily use is the actual stadium. So I'll maybe try to verify it, but I think you can probably count on that one being on Tiger TV Live. That's one I would like to do. One that will be good, especially because the other week I was asked to if I could cover that St. Albans game, and I'll be honest, I didn't think we were winning that one. That St. Albans, really dominated the Tigers last year. I wanted to travel for the football game instead, figuring it's the only chance we get to win. Less is said about that football game, the better. But, and again, also thought about maybe going to the away game for Coolidge. Didn't get to that one, so need to make it up to these guys. So I think I will be at Sidwell on Friday, so stay tuned for that. So that's going to be a good game. Yeah, otherwise, quiet week on Tiger TV Live. Didn't have much last week either, but Tigers going to keep things going where soccer season is in full swing. Tigers advanced to 8-1 on the year. That'll do it for us on Tiger TV Live. For all of us here at the channel, I am Samuel Biggie, signing off.